The other thing that I noticed that really kind of got my attention was the fact that Democrat John Fetterman, Republican Mr. McCormick have both said thank you to the president and others. But there are those that are questioning it. Chris Deluzio, Summer Lee. I understand that is a democracy. That is what it's all about. But in my humble opinion, when you look at what is at stake here, this has nothing to do with party affiliation. This has really nothing to do with government. This has to do with keeping people safe on this planet and keeping these weapons of destruction out of the hands of people who do nothing but wake up every day trying to figure out how they can do the rest of the world bodily harm. If this weapon would be developed and they would unleash it on the state of Israel, that is something that I fear, that is something I dread, and that is a nightmare, and it should be for every citizen in the United States and the human race around the world, because they would think nothing of it to do just that. And in the back of my mind, I think the reason they have been trying to develop it for so long is because that's exactly what their mission is. And we cannot stand by and let that happen. Now, you may remember yesterday on my show, we had an incredible first 2 hours of the broadcast. Lots of folks wanting to talk about this, and that is important. We need to engage in communication about this. But I said, once again, the art of the deal, making them think one thing and then doing something else. If you could rewind the show, did I or did I not say he is saying he needs 2 weeks? He wants to hear from the American people, and how I couldn't believe that he would do that because he's never done that. He's always led with his heart what he believes his responsibility of president is and what's best for the American people. And I also think he was distracting Iran by saying 2 weeks, you've got 2 weeks. And then all of a sudden, lightning struck 3 times, 3 nuclear sites with swift, punishing, bombing, strategic action from one of the greatest military mights anywhere or at any time on the face of the earth. And the thing you have to understand, you have 2 incredibly powerful, strong leaders in Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and President Donald Trump. I think this is going to be a chapter in history that's going to be remembered for generations to come. Why? Because I think finally the message is going to be heard loud and clear that this type of behavior by these third world countries has to stop. If you want to do business, you want to communicate rationally and respectfully, so be it. But making these idle threats, sooner or later, push comes to shove, and we as a nation, as will the state of Israel, push back.